When I was hit last week in that car accident, I was most upset by an incident that I knew wasn't my fault. But I was also worried about having to go through the elongated, dragged out process of consulting the other person's insurance and then whatever tricks and tribulations would show up from their attorney and whatever other stuff would pop off after that. And I knew it would be at a minimum a few weeks, if not more, before I actually started to get some kind of compensation or uh, ability to just see things go in my favor for an accident that I, again, did not cause. I spoke to the appraiser today, and after he saw how damaged the backside was, where I've got this trunk that's kind of like pushed into itself, I have the backlights just knocked out, being dragged by the little cord on them, and the bumper just falling off. He said the car was totaled, and this was something I had heard from a few other people who saw the same damage to it. Now, I try to always, when I come on here, present myself in a calm manner. Even when I do scripted videos, which this is not, there's always that attempt to kind of collect all my thoughts, say everything I want to say. But this is one of the few times where I cannot wear a mask. This car has been in my family for over 10 years. It was the main vehicle of one of the few relatives that actually cared about me. And I have taken care of it. It's got some scrapes here or there. But in terms of making it run, I think it was not even 3 months ago that I paid it must have been like $900 altogether to get the drive belt fixed and the alternator and all these various pieces and parts on there. And to just within the same calendar year not be able to, or be told you can't fix this car, you can't drive it anymore, not because you went and damaged it, but because someone else came and hit it at 70 miles an hour. I can't have any feeling about that besides anger. This vehicle is one of the few things that I own, and it really, I cannot stress enough how much it pisses me off that this car, which I have driven for multiple years, put gas into, put money into repairing, no longer is operational or fixable, all because of some random stupid bitch driving crazy at 2 a.m. That is making my stomach turn. And it kills me because if you drive properly, you shouldn't be punished for that. Like if I'm sitting here at a stop sign, at a stoplight, waiting for it to turn green, and some sick, deranged dingbat rams into me like she's out of Fast and Furious, I shouldn't have to spend 2, 3, 4 weeks getting jerked around by an insurance company that's not going to try to get your car fixed anyway. And man, I have a lot of history with this vehicle, just like not even the relative thing as well, but like I never told the story of how I had this one company that was I think it was like the official company for the car that was trying to make me pay out like $3,000 or $4,000 to get the stuff on it fixed, and I went and bought the parts myself and got some other guys put in for $200. It's like you do all this stuff to keep this thing running, to use it to get from place to place, and you can't drive it anymore because somebody else was driving like a goddamn idiot. Like, how do you not see a car that's directly in front of you? Like, how and I normally don't ever bring up people's ages, but how are you 44, 43, born in 81, whatever, and you can't drive properly? How are you as old as the Reagan tax cut and you can't drive correctly? Like, I don't understand why I should be punished for someone else being an idiot. And it kills me. Like, you pay out all this goddamn money to get a car fixed. All this goddamn money for the high cost of gas. It's full tank of it's like $40, $50, $60 a week. You pay all this goddamn money for car insurance, $180, just to have this little piece of paper where the guys on there are going to do anything they can to not help you. All this money goes into having a car because you need one to get from place to place. And the process of trying to get from place to place, you get hit in an accident that is not your fault. I can't control if people want to drive like they're on the freeway when they're on surface streets. I can't control if people suddenly can't see a vehicle directly in front of them. And then they drop this lovely piece of news on me. I didn't get mad at the guy because, it's not his fault. But they told me that they wouldn't be able to pay for my car to get towed from the place I've been keeping it at. So that's going to be at least $100, if not more, just for them to move it somewhere else. And I don't understand. I don't get why, you get screwed by jobs, all the stupid stuff with these different chicks. This is one of the few things that belongs to me. Someone else ruins it, and then I get punished for it. And like, I sometimes ask that question, not even as someone who's that religious, but just like, why can't I have anything? If I'm going to be priced out of being able to afford living anywhere, or be denied basic employment that even allows you to be able to pay for simple things, why can't I just have a vehicle where, sometimes a tire might go flat, sometimes there might be some other issue that we can go and, drive up somewhere to get fixed. But for the most part, you've got a car. If you need to go somewhere, you can get there. Why is it that I can't have that? Like what divine force says, hey, this thing that has run in your family for years, one of the few mementos you have of one of the most important people to you, yeah, that's gone now. You can thank stupid random bimbo at 2 a.m. for that. You can't drive your car anymore because some inconsiderate, irresponsible, waste of sperm dingbat decided to drive like she was out of a Paul Walker movie. And I'm pissed. I said that a good story isn't good until it's ended because you know how it's going to go. It's like, it wasn't even 2 full years ago that I was so afraid of losing that car, and I came up with the idea of buying the parts to fix it myself. Not fix it myself like I'm going to get behind the hood, although I did try that too. But I got this stuff fixed. All throughout last year, the only issue with it consistently was tires. And you pay for these oil changes. You do all this stuff for this car. And now I'm told that it's totaled. I'm told that it's done. It's finished. Again, wasn't even a third of a year ago that I had to pay out almost $1,000 to fix the alternator, fix the drive belt, all this damn oil from under the engine. It's like all this stuff is leading to that. All of the repairs, all of the gas, all of these things. You're doing this for a car that after only owning it for 2 years is going to no longer be something you can use. And not because you're driving like a maniac, not because you're driving insane or you're not taking care of it, but because some stupid bitch drove and apparently couldn't see a car in front of her. And not just couldn't see a car in front of her and just like, you tap the car, because that happens sometimes when bumper for bumper, hits the car so goddamn hard that it sends me pushing into my steering wheel. It knocks out my lights. It knocks off damn near the whole back part of the car. And like I said, I don't drive this way. Like, people online, they try to make me feel bad about who I am. You're not going to see me, whether it's 10 in the morning or 10 o'clock at night, driving 50, 60, 70 miles on a surface street. Like, I have always, even in my infancy of driving, exercised caution. I'm looking through my mirrors, making sure no cars beside me before I turn. I turn my whole goddamn head around. And it's like all this practice to be a good driver, and your reward, your prize, is having some dingbat destroy one of the few things left of one of the few people you cared about. Man, if this isn't the testament to a rotten society, I don't know what is. Just sick, man. This is indisputably one of the worst things that's happened over the last few years. It didn't need to happen. It was unnecessary. Every precaution on my part was taken for it to not happen. That's why I've never had an accident before this one. And all that preparation, all taking care of the car, the ultimate fate of that vehicle is getting the whole backside of it destroyed by some dumbass that can't figure out how to see a car in front of her.